everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is we show you how to retopologize the head, the back of the head and the front of the head as shown here. In our tutorial, just I'm going through amazing and very interesting tips. So first things first, I want to join some parts or some sections that was finished up like the ear, and we have the area between the ear and the face and the head. And here is we can create some poles when trying to add in much more geometry and making uniform topology. So in this case, what you have to do here in this case is just to join all the vertices and to create a uniform topology, especially distribution of the some quads all over this surface of the head. So I'm gonna be trying also to make a null quad mesh and following all the rules of the topology. So just I'm gonna be adding some vertices and creating faces uniformly, and this tip is very interesting when trying to make uniform topology and working on this retopologized grid model. So I'm going to show you step by step how to do it. So just add in some poles when we have a lot of faces going to be joined through the surface. So in this tutorial we have to see that all the faces are going across the head, and some parts are joined over there, and we have the brows, the eyebrows at the top of the eyebrows and the face over there. So in this case you should follow a lot of respective steps and working on this topology and some distribution, and it's gonna be pretty uniform, and especially when talking about the edge flow. So you should follow all the rules to make a good edge flow, because later we will add this 3D model for animation, and animate it is gonna be making a lot of issues, so you should avoid them all the way working on this 3D model, and especially retopology process. As you can see in our tutorial, so when it comes to topology in this tutorial, there are some general rules and guidelines to follow to ensure clean and efficient geometry. So as you can see here, some 3D artists said that adding poles in different areas doesn't affect geometry of 3D model, but I think it's bad to add in a lot of poles. Just one pole, especially in the area between in the neighboring area between the face, the ear and the front of the head and eyebrows, especially adding some just one pole or two poles, because it's gonna be making misleading and crazy weird topology for this 3D model, and we should focus on this great amazing tips, especially when working on complex models like these special characters, 3D cartoon characters, and this stuff is so fun. So what you should know for this, here are some key rules of topology in this tutorial. Quads, as shown here, I'm wanting to speed up our workflow and avoiding all issues for topology. So the quads aim to create quads, so four-sided polygons, as much as possible in your topology. Quads provide better deformation and subdivision results compared to triangles or angles with more than 4 sides. So the second rule or second process is going to be based on many different types. Evenly distributed polygons strive for an evenly distributed polygon density across your model. Avoid areas with too many or too few polygons, as they can lead to issues during deformation or subdivision. Maintain a balance in polygon density to capture the details and shape of your model accurately. So the next thing is very interesting for this task, which is edge flow. Pay attention to the flow of edges in your topology, especially when working on models with high density and need to be with complex and much more quads. Follow the natural contours and features of the model. Consider important edge loops, such as loops around the eyes, mouth, and ears to ensure proper deformation during animation. So, for the next, which is pole placement. Poles are vertices where more than 4 edges meet. Carefully consider placement of poles in your topology. Ideally, they should be located in areas that won't cause deformation. Issues, for example, placing poles at the corners of the mouth or base of the nose, can help achieve better deformation results. Avoid angles and triangles. As I said previously, while it's generally recommended to use quads, it's important to avoid angles and triangles. Whenever possible, angles can cause shading artifacts and unpredictable results during subdivision or deformation. Triangles can also disrupt the flow of edge loops and lead to undesirable deformation. So the next that I want to show you and to tell you about is clean transitions. Ensure that your topology transitions smoothly between different areas of the model, as shown in our tutorial over there. So I will talk about it step by step. So, such as the face and the neck, avoid abrupt changes in polygon density or irregular edge flow, as they can cause issues during animation or rendering. So the next thing that I'm going to be talking about is optimized geometry. So try to optimize your geometry as much as possible. Optimize your geometry by removing unnecessary vertices, edges, or faces, or anything going to make or going to create new issues. This helps improve performance and reduces the complexity of your model. Use tools like merge by distance. It's a great and amazing tool when you find something crazy and weird and try to removing duplicates, because it's going to be making shading issues. So to remove duplicate vertices or limited dissolve to simplify geometry while preserving the overall shape. So when it comes to UV wrapping, if you plan to apply textures to your model, consider the UV layout during the topology process. Create clean and non-overlapping UV islands to ensure proper texture mapping and avoid texture distortion. So finally, I want to tell you that you should remember these rules are general guidelines and there may be exceptions depending on specific requirements of your project. It's essential to practice and experiment with different techniques to find the best topology workflow for your specific models and purposes. And finally, I want to tell you also, when you try to work on hard surface models or organic models like this, like realistic, or like making realistic human head or any section or anything you want, should follow all the rules and respect all the rules that I have talked about in this tutorial at the beginning, because you need to work on models or make a movie and add in your 3D models to animate all of them step by step and add in shape keys and keyframes and clean up, because while you reach to the process of cleaning up the 3D model, you have to avoid a lot of issues and remove a lot of issues in your 3D model. Also, if you want to speed up your workflow and optimize your 3D model created from Retopology, you should use extrusion and scaling, because it's going to be helping you saving a lot of time, and without because this task is time consuming. Use the extrude and scale tools as I talked previously. So to create new vertices, edges and faces, extrude individual vertices or entire edge loops to follow the contours of the head. Scale and adjust the new geometry to match the reference. Also, among some tips and tricks you should follow during retopology process, you have to utilize retopology tools. Blender offers several retopology specific tools that can streamline the process. For example, you can use retopology menu in the tools tab of the toolbar. For example, we have also another feature that's going to help you a lot, which is maintain good edge flow. Ensure that the edge flow of your new topology follows the natural flow of the visual features. Pay attention to the important loops such as eye and mouth loops and contribute to proper deformation during animation. Fill in details. When it comes to this process, gradually fill in the details of the head, such as the nose, mouth, and ears, using the same techniques of extrusion, scale, and edge manipulation. Continuously check and adjust regularly, which switch to object mode to see how the retopologized head is shaping up. Make necessary adjustments in edit mode to refine the topology and ensure it aligns properly with the reference model.